Thank you, Charu. So, Nithya, I was just telling everyone about my experiences during the facilitator's course when I had to speak on the camera. But this is a change, right? So, I was telling them, meeting. Okay. So I was telling them we have done a couple of journeys. I've gone through the book. We have done it full moon and new moon specifically, and some in classes as well. My question to you is, what inspired you to keep a book order, bring out a book order?
Sorry about changing mics. I don't think the other one is working and we don't want to risk it. What inspired me to write this book? Please give me. Before I answer that, I just want to say this is one of the first editions. Its book is launched like literally yesterday, not yet on Amazon. So first time on Earth, original stuff. You won't find it anywhere else. So do grab your copy. There are only like 45 editions, and I think more than half are already sold. But if you don't want it, that's fine too. You're not obligated to. But please do get this. It's not yet on Amazon. Remember, you can pre-order and get it today. Today is a very powerful day. So, what inspired me to write this book is I have done a lot in shamanic, and a lot of magic has shown up. And when I started doing the full moon journeys, again thanks to one of my students, so there's always someone telling me like, you know so much, why don't you do something about it? Wow, this is so magical, I never thought it would be so simple. So there was one person who said, why don't you do moon journeys? And I was like, why? She was like, isn't moon powerful? And I said, but every day is powerful. And I was saying, every day the moon is there, you just can't see it. Why is it different in new moon or full moon? It's literally there, it's just that the earth changes. She was like, no, there's something about these days. So then I asked my guides, like, can I start something? And I started those moon meditations, which will happen new moon, full moon, and they were so amazing. I wasn't expecting it to create that much change. We just had Sarita say that, her ligament changed and someone's thyroid has healed and someone's body has shifted just by doing 30 minutes. We will not do more than that because people will sleep. So doing 30 minutes. So I was like, these moon meditations are amazing. And I started channeling something called spirit chants, which you guys would have seen in my Instagram. If not, please do follow. And they were also amazing. They just felt good. If you just read a spirit chant like ladybug spirit, grant me abundance, it just feels good. And there were many people who said, I'm waiting for your chant, it's so amazing, it's feeling good. So I thought, why not combine? And I was combining, but I was like, how do I get this out more simpler? How do I write something? How do I create something that's never been in this world? And I like writing books. You see my couple of previous books, and I really wanted a bigger book, so this one is bigger. So and Wolf has inspired me to do so many things. The spirit chants seem so magical, and a lot of people ask me why you're not compiling it into a deck or into something. So all the asks together is what inspired me to create this book. It's with the White Wolf, because White Wolf teaches you to go beyond expectations compared to any wolf. So it's a book with no expectations at all. But it will change a lot of things for you. So read it with no expectations. It'll definitely change. It is not a reading, by the way. The minute you read it, it will put you into a trance. It's a journey. It's a journey. Each page is a journey, right, of this book.
I'm going to keep this. So, Nithya, my next question was actually why the title, but I think you have explained very well Walking with the Wolf, the title. But now, when she's talking about body changes, etc., I too had PCOD. I remember going to Nithya and I was like harassing her I think in a month I had 3 sessions with her, like, Nithya, why is it not changing? And she's like, Krishna, stop worrying. Stop worrying, trust. And I was like, okay. I stopped in December. I said, okay, I'll wait for the session, whatever has to come through. And after 5 months, my cycle became regular. But what happened in that period is, I would go for classes. We didn't have any sessions, but I would go for classes, and I would always remember Nithya saying only one thing, Krishna, stop worrying. So I know for sure, whenever one of y'all does those journeys, obviously there's an element of doubt, which I told you I had, and I think certain experiences have changed that. But if you're doing any journey, I would say not to worry and trust. Trust the spirit will take care of whatever needs to be taken in a given time. My question to you now is, since you already answered the second question, if somebody who is new to shamanism, what is the first journey one should look into?
So if you're new to shamanism, and there are a few guests here, I'm grateful for all of you who showed up, please read the prologue first. Do not jump into the book. I've written a prologue for you to first understand what is a journey, what shifts. Because journey work is a visualization, but it's not a visualization. When you do it with a particular animal and the spirit chants given in the book, it imprints something in your subconscious, it reprograms your subconscious. So I've written that in the prologue. Please read that, and then you will understand how this works. And it's not necessary that you have to drum or journey. You can do this book even without that. It works better with drumming. So the prologue will answer a lot of things as to, why everywhere ant is called ant. I know that's very funny, like ant is called ant, but it will not be written the ant or a ant or this ant.
Yeah.
Because it's the spirit of all ants put together. So we spent at least 3 days editing. Is there a before the animal name? Is there a the before the animal name? In making sure that that's... If you guys find it, do not blame me. Please let me know. We'll correct it in the next edition. Hopefully it's not there, because we spent a lot of time on it. But so many things about the book. Why is the spirit chant grammatically incorrect? It is grammatically incorrect because my editor, I said, cheetah spirit grant me speed, and the next page, ladybug spirit grant me abundance. How amazing is it? And my editor changed it to cheetah grants me speed. And I was like, I had to unedit all of that. I was like, that's a spirit chant, it's not a grammar. And then he was like, oh, okay. And then he was like, but this is grammatically incorrect. I said, no, it's energy. And then he was like, okay, you're the author, please undo that. So, but there's a power to those words if you repeat them few times, and my moon meditations have showed that it changes. And I've had so many of my followers, students, coming and saying that I did one spirit chant, my body changed. I did the water chant, water spirit flew me shape, and something shifted for me. So it does shift, but put together with a journey, it's something else. So it is for everyone, and it makes you understand animals. So all of you who know me will know that I love animals, and that's my strength. If you're in my shamanic class, your animal world will open up. You cannot not see animals, you cannot avoid falling in love with them. So there are people who like, I hate snakes, who come to me and then they're like, snake is my primary guide, I now love snakes. I hate lizards. My house is full of lizards now. Lizard is my primary guide. Okay, I love lizards. So all this happens. Okay. And it's the first class or second class. And they're like, I suddenly saw this animal there. So what you did in the first class was literally just talk to me and tell you, this is your animal. But why am I seeing so many birds? Why am I seeing so many things? Because that's the world that it opens up. It's like a puzzle. So this will open up things for you. Every page can change your life if you just read it with presence, or if you take one step further and journey with it. And there's some attributes at the end which tells you we're all here to learn something from animals, is what I believe. Animals are more conscious, more present than us for sure, and they know how to be themselves. So we're all here to be ourselves. So learn from the animal. A dog doesn't try to be a cat. A fish doesn't try to, fly, right? Things like that. So what can you learn from each of this animal? How can you make it a part of you? We are called human beings. So can you be anything? You can. Can you be the strength of a particular animal? How do you do that? This is what the book will show you. How do you be a chameleon? What do you get from a chameleon? Change colors when required. Adaptability. What do you get from a snake? Transform. What do you get from, a Loch Ness monster? Do you guys know that? Please read the book if you've not heard of it. And so many different 112 animals. So many different animals. The white wolf teaches you to go beyond expectations. That's what she taught me. And amazing thing about the book is all the animals will be like he, go to him, except white wolf and a couple of animals because they were like she's. Anyway, when you read the energy, you'll kind of get it. So anyone can do this. If you would like to know about animals, if you would like to know about shamanism, it caters for introduction, it caters for advanced it will change everything. So it's like a magical book. I know I'm saying it myself, but that's what it is.
You're not just saying it, I've experienced it, and I purpose. So I did not share this with Nithya. I think none of the facilitators as well, with my experience that happened in last couple of days. So I was on a family vacation. I was coming down from Gir to Ahmedabad drive, and I have been having very weird experiences since the time I read this book, and I said good weird experiences, okay? Because it's hard to explain, so I would not go into that. But this experience is something I am deeply grateful for, because I'm sure there's a reason I was reading that book in 2 days' time, and I was associated with it, and I finished my facilitator, and I went on this trip, whatever it is. So I'm driving down at 4 in the morning, and our car meets with an accident. Now, like, fortunately, unfortunately, there was a big truck ahead of us, and my mother was sitting right in front, and I was right back. So if any impact came in the front, it would go to my mother. I cannot. Okay, you know. So I don't know how I can explain the accident. Because if there was a cow who did not come in between and sacrifice itself, we would have smashed into the truck. So every time I look back, and I actually journeyed and I looked for the cow and the spirit of the cow and walked it through, but I could not explain how that happened. It was practically not possible. None of us saw the cow. All we saw is we're going to smash into a truck. So yeah, it has moments where you get overwhelmed. It has moments where all that judgment will come up for release. But you are so well protected, Nithya. Yeah? So, yeah. Anything that you would like to start, with somebody who's new? You said definitely read the prologue. But which animal would you want us to start with? I know, first one is hand, but which one?
Which animal you like the most? You don't have to do A, B, C, D. Yeah. And which problem? So you can go to the attribute section where I have actually alphabetically categorized it. So it says if you want money, go to this animal. If you want, I don't remember, but it's there for sure. Yeah, so let's just see. If you want teamwork, and if you want a teacher, wolf. If you want sweetness, sugar glider. If you want focus, bee. So what do you want? Look at that and then go to the animal, or just do from page 1, 2 journeys a day. Do not do all 10 on the same day or all 100 on the same day. You can read it, but if you try to read the whole book in a day, it will put you into... So Krishna edited my book.
That's how I read it in 2 days.
And then you can ask what happened. I even asked her, how did you read it?
I don't know. It was something, I believe it was something to be done. Yeah. It happened, and I think me, Rama, Shweta, whoever did it, have been experiencing, like I can talk for myself for sure, I've been experiencing weird experiences, like I said, but it was meant to, but I would not recommend it because you have to go through a lot, experience a lot of judgment that comes out, a lot of emotions that you've been hiding will come up. And that's not always easy to do it all at once. Do it step by step is what I would recommend.
That's true. Yeah, one at a time, 2 at a time. Like, that would help. Not all 100 on the same day. Especially if you're reading, it's fine, but not like drumming with all 100 on the same day. So it's very intense. It's more than words. So the prologue says this is more than a book, or the preface says this is more than a book, which is true. Invite Wolf into your life. Wolf is the greatest shamanic teacher. Wolf was the animal that said, let all these earthlings know the beauty of nature. I will teach them through me. And that's why a part of the wolves, dogs, even came and said, we will, be with humans. They're doing such a great service to us. So invite Wolf into your life. He will appear only if you ask for the greatest teacher to show up in front of you. And that's why the book is called Walking with Wolf. All of you know my primary guide is a wolf. And I love dogs. And since I was a kid, I've loved dogs. But it's amazing. And Wolf showed me so many things which I've written in the book. I think you can read it. I don't want to talk about it because I do like talk about it, but I don't want to waste a lot of time, or otherwise I can keep on talking and Yeah, I can. I know I can. It's my thing, but uh, but please read it because I've written a lot of journeys. What Wolf taught me through Lion. What Wolf, for example, I was going through some pattern which never changes. Have you guys gone through that? Some pattern which never changes and it comes back after 2 years again.
I don't want it back.
Yeah, and then it comes back after 2 years again, and then you're like, how many times will I work on that? So Wolf, I was like, what is happening? And then he took me to Hyena, and then Hyena said, I will clear it. And then Hyena is a scavenger. If you see how the Hyena eats, nothing will be left. When a Hyena eats meat, it doesn't leave anything behind. If a lion eats, once it's done, it will stop eating. It's like, I'm done, I don't need anything. It will not eat that same meat again. But the vultures and the hyenas come to eat those scraps, and the hyena will clear it. Like nothing will be left. Okay? When hyenas come, and not one, like many come together, they travel in packs too. So Wolf was like, look at Hyena, my cousin. And then Hyena is like, hey, I'll eat all the scraps for you. And that pattern, which was there for 3 years, actually changed. But Hyena is a trickster, so it doesn't show the way you expect. So be ready for that too. But it did, and it was so unexpected, the change I got. So if you would like to let that go, how can you let it go? How can you connect with Hyena? So the book tells you how to do that. And the spirit chant is, Hyena spirit, clear my scraps. That's it. And we were doing it in the advanced class from the book. And we did see, I think it was with Charu, something changed. Some pattern just shifted instantaneously. So it's extremely magical. And this is something I would like to give to the world. Anyone who's willing to invite the greatest teacher into their life. It's for them. So my publisher was like, why is it priced so high? And I changed my publisher. Actually, this book, The Power of Intent, I said by solstice it will come out. So it came out only for solstice, 2 days back. And today. And then I was like, for solstice. And I wrote 2 pages in January. And in October, I had written 4 pages. So there was a great progress. And then on October 31st, we're doing facilitators class. And then I was like, I have to get this by solstice. There's only 1 month. So I called Rama. She's one of my facilitators. She's edited my book. So amazing things, amazing being. So I'm like, can you keep me sane? I have to write a book and I have to write it by solstice. So she actually came to my house every day. And then I would just tell her, write this, and then she'll write it, and then do this, and then she'll do it. And I don't know what I'm telling her, but I'll just do this. And we finished it by November 5th, in 5 days, 100 pages. Sorry, 100 animals, more than 270 pages. And I'm like, my book is ready. And I hit publish, and it said the maximum you can price this book is 1,000. And then Rama and Shweta said they will not talk to me ever again if this book is priced at 1,000 after they read it. And they had to read it in a day because I was like, I have to publish it. So you have 1 day to edit it. And that's what they did. So they said, if you price it as 1,000, we will not talk to you ever again. So I had to take the risk of, do I want them not to talk to me or do I want... So I had to change my publisher. He's like, no way we're doing this. And then they're saying, I said, why? If a book is 300 pages, it can be priced at 1,000. I said, look at my content. Who cares about the pages? And they said, no. So I changed my publisher and new publisher and re-editing and all that. And I said, it's edited by 3 people. So they're like, okay, so we don't have to edit it? I said, no, it's fine. If you find mistakes, let's correct it. And they did. They unedited a lot of grammar that was not required. So it went back and forth. And finally, it's out. It's called The Right Order, the publisher. Not right, WRITE. So got it there, and they've been very helpful. So they agreed to the pricing. So the first question I asked them is, this is my price. Will you do it? If not, I don't want to talk further. And they agreed for it. They said, this is what the author's creativity is. It's too less. The first review I got, the first copy I sold was in Indonesia to Sudha, and she gave me permission to share this review. So she's like, I want your book. I don't know how to get it on Amazon. I don't know how to do anything. So she said, this book is priceless. It's a treasure. I can't pay you for it. That's what she said. So many things. And it's really amazing. It will change a lot of things. Be ready for the change. And however intense shamanic is, the journeys in this book will be much lighter. They will create a change in a lighter way for people who are not ready for the intensity. So that also it will do. And you'll get the strength of the animal when you say, how can I be like a hyena? If I clear something, can I clear it fully? Can you? Would you like to do that? It never comes back? So you get the strength of the hyena with you. Get the strength of the butterfly, transform. Get the strength of each and every animal. That's written in the book. Part 2 should come because there are so many more animals. But I'm going to take a break for some time before I start 1 page and 4 pages. And continue.
Thank you so much, Nithya. And everybody who's here, please take the advantage. Take the book, transform your lives. It's worth it, trust me. It will actually show you, and I think I've already written in the forward, but it will show you what life is meant to be and live that life you're meant to be. Okay. Charu? Thank you so much, Nithya.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Krishna. And I would like to say a few things. I think the book interview is done. So thank you for all of you for listening.